Hi guys, how you doing tonight? It's Maddie. I hope everything's going great for you. I figured I would just hop on tonight. I had a dentist appointment, so I put through some makeup on early this morning. It's been quite some time, it's a testament. And I had an odd experience in the dentist's office today. So, got my reading glasses, got my notes, got my water. So if you want to go get a drink and a snack, please do. Please do. If I entertain you. If not, I understand. Bye. I guess. Have a great night, though. Thanks for stopping in. It was really nice to see you. Maybe I'll get to see you again. If you're staying, that's awesome. I'm going to talk about the dentist appointment. And what I thought I could do is just mix that with I wore maybe like 10, 12 pieces of makeup today, so maybe we can just a little levity, break it up with the makeup and a little story, a little whatever. If that's cool with you, that's the plan. Not cool, I understand. Woo. Okay. So, as I said, I had a dentist appointment today, and of course, like everybody else, I had my phone. And I was bored. And the dentists are always late, doctor. Everybody's, I noticed, behind right on the appointments. So I'm on my phone, and I did end up in the one place I was told never to go on the internet. Do you know what it is? Well, guess. Twitter. I did. I fucked up. I went on Twitter. Now, I have a Twitter. I've been on Twitter. I think my mistake was tweeting on Twitter. Now, a couple days ago, I tweeted because I'm a little irked. Two women that I care very much for were banned from Twitter for no reason that anybody knows, and we would like to know. So I asked them. And okay, so that just kind of lingered and went nowhere quick. And then I commented that I reused someone's joke who I adore, that Megan's stylist must have hated her in New York for the way she looked, because she looked terrible. I'm sorry for all that money, and no. And the overcoat on 90, it wasn't 90 here. It was probably 82 that day, but I know the wires and everything, right? They have to hide the wires because we have to film every single act of charity and everything we do. Now, that's funny to me because my grandpa who raised me always taught me, don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. Just kind of do the good stuff. And you don't have to tell people about it. If it's good, it's good. And that's all. And they just seem that they show a lot of their good. And that bugs me. It bothers me. I think you can do good without, cameras and lights and publicity. I know people every day that do acts that don't have that. Good for them. They're famous for whatever reason, but what unfortunately, by mistakenly mentioning the clothes, somebody found me, and that somebody is called a sugar. And I learned that a sugar is part of the gang that follow Harry and his wife. I will call them a gang. I do not think they are a group. I do not think they are cute. I do not think they are friendly. They were very, very vicious today, the lady I spoke with. She was nice enough to tell me to go deal with my sickness because she knows I'm terminally ill. And I do think that's crossing a line, But some of us have lives. We have children. We have real things to worry about in life, These people's biggest problem is, can I have the Time magazine hard copy of the picture with the too many hair pieces and the ugly clothes and whatever. That's their thing, and that's fine. Personally, when I come to the internet, I come for knowledge, entertainment, maybe a good laugh. I see some people that maybe they're sad or they're mad, vicious, whatever, but it seems they come to the internet to unload. Like if I see a thread anywhere, I've been more active on Twitter. I have been posting my videos, along with, some government stuff, whatever. So I was found by a sugar today, and they are just a bunch of nitwits in my book. And my friends are being banned from Twitter and YouTube, and they're not being told why. And it's ironic because we know Mr. and Mrs. Mountbatten own parts of Google and Twitter. And isn't that ironic? We can't get an answer. There's nobody to talk to. There's nobody to email or tweet. But you'll silence people for opinions. And that's wrong. The clothes were ugly. They were very ugly. They were not flattering. They were not in season. And you know what? Nobody likes you, Megan. And that doesn't make me a racist. I happen to think somebody else may be a racist because she seems to have more of a problem with herself than the world does in general. Now, I'm heavy. So if you don't like my personality, am I allowed to say, oh, fat people, you're fat shaming. Oh, I'm fat. No, that's not why perhaps, you have so many reasons not to like me, but I assume, I don't like it. And I think some people are more racially biased than others. And biased, bilateral, binocular, biracial, bilateral. Bi just means two, bilingual. There's so many bi words, bisexual. I don't know why bi is such a dirty word or what it is or what it isn't, but that's not why people don't like you. Harry and your wife, you are hypocritical. You use planes and things like that when you talk about the environment. Every time you do a charitable act, it's filmed. Harry had wires on him in the city, reading your own book to a bunch of 8-year-olds. Classy. You probably bored them to death. I heard it was awful. I can't speak for it, but, if I'm going to go out, I'll have an opinion about it, I think. And I think, these people preach compassion and empathy and sympathy, and they let this gang attached to them run around terrorizing people, and it is terror. It's absolutely terrible. People can't have an opinion now. So if they do have an opinion, they're either reminded of a terminal disease, they're called, what is it, racist. Sorry, racist. It's terrible. Some people just don't like you because you're a shitty person, a lying person, and a hypocritical person. We all are. But some of us don't pretend that we're not, I have an idea that, get this, I think she goes to the bathroom like everybody else does. I do. Don't tell the sugars. Don't tell. They're going to come for me. Now, I do. I had a little bit, and I do call them the sugar babies. They seem to be under 30, under married, under children. Something very deep is missing in these people's lives, that they're terrorizing people, because I don't like a coat somebody wore. Somebody in the public eye, and when you are in the public, you are open to scrutiny. If you want the money and the fame and the cameras, it's going to happen. You got to deal with it. I don't think you should have a bunch of sycophants that you're complicit with that terrorize people for having opinions. Christ, Piers Morgan got fired. He got fired for having an opinion. Ugh, that's wrong. It's very wrong. Makeup, please. Okay. Huda Beauty, the Ruby Obsessions palette. Now, this was probably the most intimidating palette I've come across. It is red. It's red. You got it's brownish, purplish, but definitely red, and it scared me. I had to go a little slow. I was late. I'm going to come in. This is not my phone. This is not my usual setup. It's been a hell of a day, and I apologize, but it should be a little back to regular hopefully tomorrow. So I'm going to come in, and these are the eyes. See if I'm okay. And that's Huda Obsession, Ruby Obsessions. Beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. Now, another piece of makeup before I get too upset, because this is just stupid. Now, because of Mrs. Melissa M., I know better than to use too much powder. I'm 50, and as we get older, powder is just not our friend, I've learned. Know that. So when my kids, who 20-something, so they do TikTok, they told me about the Infallible 24-hour Freshware foundation. It is a powder. It definitely is a powder. It's got a little spongy thing in it. I'm not big on those. And the color says 20 ivory, I believe. So number 20, that's my color. And this was pretty friggin' awesome. I didn't have the much, come in again a little bit. If you see, there's like no powder residue in my wrinkles, or under my eyes aren't so bad. It just really, really, I highly, highly, highly recommend that, especially if you're in a hurry. You just slap that on, you're good to go. It's really nice. Yeah, I am very confused with the sugar babies. I don't know how they get away with it. I don't know why they do it. You know, why would you terrorize people for not liking somebody that wouldn't stop to give you a drink of water on the street? And please don't think they would, unless a camera was there. Maybe if they come with a camera and a crew, they might. I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think there's any quiet acts of charity happening there, the money or anything else, in the race baiting and the hate baiting, and it's absurd. There's so many bywords in this language, and I'm just tired. We're all bi-racial or bi nationality. This is America. Everybody's something, and you can be disliked for who the hell you are. And if you're a shitty person, people are gonna hate you. And you can hate me just because I'm stupid or because I'm fat. It's not nice, but you should hate me because for a real reason. That's all. Or you know what? You shouldn't hate anybody. Maybe that's the problem, is that they're condoning hate, and it's vicious, mean hate, and they don't talk this little gang down. They don't talk about this little gang. But it's there, and they know it. And, them being owners, I've learned, of Google and Twitter and Facebook, part owners, it's ironic that all these people that do have opinions disappear because they don't like a dress or a coat, or because, when Archie was born, who the taxpayers funded everything, we didn't get to see him right away, and they get mad. You're not royal anymore. Stop acting it. It's silly. It's insulting. Don't go to Mount Arlington. Just stay away. Megan, you don't belong in Mount Arlington Cemetery. And quite frankly, Harry, neither do you. Just please go, and don't. You can even go back to England and do that because nobody wants you. But if you thought the little sugar girl, sugar baby, you were going to hurt me. No, honey, no. Makeup. Okay. So for the eyes, we prepped with today. Now, I know I call this Morphe 1, and I'm sorry for that. It actually doesn't have a name or a color that I can see, so I do call it Morphe 01. It's a very porcelain color, definitely lighter than my skin, but that's the nice where you build and you get to transition out and that. So I put that down with my favorite concealer brush, and I set it with Milani Prep, Set, and Go, which I don't think Milani gets enough love for their skin products. I think they're pretty darn good, They're really good stuff. So that's what I set the eyes with before Huda Ruby Obsessions went on them today. Now, growing up, see, this is why I think I'm a little, well, I've been on the internet since 1996. My family and I have been stalked, found before the word doxed existed. I mean, we started, my cousin was doxed, I think, before the year 2000. It's happened, and it's happening, and I don't get it. Again, opinions. So they are. People are going to talk. I would think that's a good thing. I don't know if there's bad publicity. I don't know. I don't really care. But I was raised by an alcoholic, bipolar, paranoid, schizophrenic mother who beat me unmercifully. Yeah, it didn't help with my disease. I think I mentioned that in the other, when I just a little bit described that. It was brutal, and then I end up with a man who beats me and our kids, and then we had to pick up and move way away. So I don't have any friends in this area, and being as in, when you're unreliable as I can be, being as sick as I am, it's hard. It really is. I do have a dear lady down the street that wants to have coffee. I can't wait. I cannot wait to have coffee with her. I think that's awesome. What I don't think is awesome is just bringing hate and negativity. And I feel like I don't even want to do that. I don't feel like I should be talking about it. So let's talk the makeup. I'm going to talk about highlighter now. I am the worst whore for highlighter. Oh, I love me some highlighter. The shinier, the better. Any color, I love it. I love highlighter. I love it too much. This is ehlers-danlos. Now, I used to call this, I had a funny name for it. I can't remember, but it is ehlers-danlos. I called it ehlers-danlos. It's something very silly, but that is it. And isn't that just, look at that, a pillow of satin beautifulness. So that is the highlighter. And let's see, I just can't help but wonder why people are being blocked right down to their IPs for no reason. No explanation, no email, no contact, just done. Okay, on the eyes. Now, the red, it is the Handyman liner I told you about about Amazon. Yeah, that is on the top and the bottom. I brought that halfway to the iris. That's what I do because I'm older. I have the older eye, so I only bring it halfway in on the top and the bottom. Yes, mascara. Now, I have a question for you about mascara, if somebody would be so kind. I don't know how to, oh, highlighter. I don't know if you can still see it, but oh, it was beautiful. Mascara. I don't know how to put more than one coat on. I don't know if it's like your nails, where you paint your nails and they have to dry all the way and then you can paint them again, or if you do your eye, you do your other eye, you go back in real quick and do it. I don't know. I remember being very young, maybe 16, and I think I just clumped the living shit out of them, and I was just ever afraid to try them again. The mascara I used today was Pat McGrath Labs Fetishize Mascara in black. I thought this was pretty kick-ass. This is a damn good mascara. I heard it's quite expensive. The wand is a little clumsy. It's a little thick, basic kind of wand. I think we can do better for what I think the price is, but the formula is absolutely amazing. And the results, if, okay, you got the eyes, I hope. Oh, lens, new phone. I will get this. I hope you don't stop coming around. I will get the hang of this yet. Like I said, I don't know 100% of what I'm doing, but we'll get there. And what's on the lips? What would I possibly have on my lips? Huda lips. Her, the Demi Matte. I love the Demi Matte. I don't want to call it a gloss. It's definitely a lipstick. This one I actually did try to remember the name of for you, so I didn't want to embarrass myself and do this, but I'm going to do it because this is what old people do. The color is Catwalk Killer, with an A, Catwalk Killer. This killer with her glasses. Ugh, sad. This is just, I can't say enough about it. I really can't. And again, it's the Huda, the Demi Matte. Perfect. And of course, she calls it the contour, the lip liner stick, the contour stick. If you're fancy, it is what it is. Now, on my cheeks, I have a product I wouldn't normally have. There's a specific product, and I'll explain why I don't buy this type of makeup generally. But I wanted to try this. This is Laura Geller. This is her Baked Blush and Brighten Tropical Hues. Isn't that gorgeous? See that? I've heard a lot about baked powders, and I really wanted to try them, and I did, and I loved it. What I don't love, and what I do tend to stay away from, I don't know if this would help anybody in the marketing business, makeup business, but if something is too marbled, I won't buy it, because quite frankly, even this, when I don't know what color that's going to come out. So that, that's not always great. And I had a Ditto or Dido eyeshadow, the Earth one, the Planet one. Very, very cool. All swirly shadows. I don't know if the shadow is beige, or is it blue, or is it pink? Is it so the marble makeup is just, maybe, I'm sure the young kids, it's cute. The baked powders, baked blush, I baked anything. Again, the older skin, can't call myself mature. Highly recommend that, definitely. Now, after the eyes, I got a little gutsy, and the red glitter. I put a glitter on the lid today. I brought the dark down. I usually like a little light on my lid. I used one of my favorites. This is Super Shock Shadow by ColourPop, and this is in the color Frog. And what I did is I just took a pinky full in the middle of each eye. It probably spread out by now, just to give it a little shine, a little shimmer, a little extra, because you got to be extra when you're waiting to go on the dentist and you're being abused by a bunch of 12-year-olds, you know. Tonight I used, I did Tightline. I lined my upper waterline with, it's called Easy on the Eyes, black, and that is, looks to be by Sugar. That is Sugar's label. This is phenomenal. This was very waterproof. It did go to the bottom, which I don't always put black on my bottom because of the small, you know, I like the white in the middle and stuff like that. So it really gets in there. It hangs on. It's a very, very good. I would recommend this highly if you like a long-lasting, waterproof black Sugar, easy on the eyes. Very, very good choice. Now for the tight lining, what I use, excuse me, not tight lining, I'm so sorry, for the waterline tonight, it was the Ulta Beauty in white, and it's just one of those automatic ones. I have to be careful. I learned with those handyman Amazon liners that I do love so much, and I stand by them. If you tip them, a little crayon comes out, but you can put it back in. You can and use it if you know, it's cheap. You get what you pay for. Someday I'll learn. My grandpa always said that. And the brows. Again, with my brows, I do not draw anything on. I just fill them in because they're sparse, because I pluck the shit out of them, because I am from the 80s and that's what we did, you know? So I have Wander Beauty, and this color is just brown. It's 1001. Wander Beauty on my eyebrows tonight. And the very, very last thing, another Mrs. Melissa M find, is the Brightening Peach Under Eye Pixie by Petra. I call it Pot, Little Pot. And this is a peach color. This is so awesome. Any blue, purple, all that underneath. Now, if I'm really bad, sometimes I'll hit it with a yellow as well. This will do like half that job, but it really makes a difference. And again, I don't sleep a lot because of the pain I have overnight. So if I have to be at an appointment or whatever, there's a good chance I've had no sleep, an hour's sleep, 2 hours sleep. It's just usually not fun or good or anything like that. Now, I was just looking at the end of my notes, and we'll just forget the notes, because you know what, some things aren't worth the time and whatever. The people that are being banned are worth my time and effort, and a reason would be nice, but hey, you don't get everything. Royal correspondent being banned on Twitter. Yeah, so the last thing I wrote down, that I don't know why, because, you know, I've had a very interesting 50 years, is the love of my life. The love of my life. I met him. We met, I was 12, maybe 11. He was 13. And it was love at first sight. That was my true love. And he always will be. I lost him to suicide at 26. He was 26. I was 24. And tell you a secret. Tell you something I never told anybody before. For 2 years, I ran down. I lived on the 3rd floor. I lived down in Asbury Park at that point, New Jersey. Yeah, moved out of there. And for 2 years, I would run down the stairs and I'd listen for the mailman, because I see his feet under the door. And I'd wait till he'd leave, and I'd think he's at a distance, and I'd run and I'd lift the mailbox and I'd look, because I knew there had to be a letter in there, right? He wouldn't leave me without a letter. He did. He did. Some people do. And we don't know why. And it's very sad, but we got to keep going. And we got to look at the good things we have, you know, just like the sugar babies, the good things they have. You know, they can afford these books and these coats and that's wonderful. They should be so happy. I mean, I have 2 wonderful children. They're so wonderful. I adore them. And even when life is shitty and people are shitty and everything's wrong, something has to be good. Sometimes you just have to look a little harder than others, and I think that's what I'm going to try to do this weekend. Now, I am taping this on Thursday. I am taping this for the 4th time. Yes, you think I've wasted my time and yours? 4 times. My stand broke. My camera broke. Oh, I started sweating uncontrollably. It scared me. I thought I was gonna like hit the face or something. I don't like that. It just wasn't a good night. But I wanted to upload and share my makeup and a couple thoughts on Mr. and Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor, because I think they suck. I think they're hypocrites. I think they should do what they say and read proper books to children and things like that. And I think it's very normal to talk about the coloring of any child that's going to be born. My ex has green eyes. I have almost black eyes. We couldn't wait to see, were those eyes going to be bright shining blue, or were they going to be the, we call it shit black, of my side of the family? Little things like that. And you take it and distort it. It's just disgusting. It's terrible. And I think anybody with a baby knows that. You have the sense to know that. Of course you talk about it. And the lies that she couldn't get mental health help. She went to human resources. She managed to find her own obstetrician doctor that nobody can find any certificates for. But she couldn't go to a shrink. Oh, and 22, 23 countries with no passport? That's impressive. I'd love to try that. Somebody's holding my passport. Sister, please. It's just insulting at this point. So I'm not going to waste my time on it anymore. Just unfortunately, it happened to be my dentist office that I had to hop on Twitter and learn. I probably shouldn't be tweeting. Maybe I'll just tweet my stupid little videos and duck out. I don't know. Because it's just a waste of time if it's not nice, right? So I hope you have a great evening. I'd like to wish you a great weekend because I probably won't see you. So I know if you're in customer service or many other jobs, there are no weekends. I know. And I hope work goes good for you, as good as it possibly can. If you're working, if you're home, I hope you have a great time. You got kids, do something fun. Go pumpkin picking. It's, apple picking. It's that time of year. Just have a blast. And, I guess just do your best. Always do your best, whatever you're doing. And I hope you have a great time. Be nice to humans, okay? And they'll be nice to you, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just babbling. That's what I do. You know that. Have a good night. Bye.